Frame by Frame. Welcome.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Ryonari bringing you the 5th installment of the Frame by Frame podcast. This week we have Bakari, Eric, and 2 other guests we have with us today. We have Griffaraph and a very special guest, and we have Aidan.
Hi. I am Aidan. I am one of the administrators on Stillframe.
Am I the very special guest?
Both of you are.
It's
Maybe Aidan a bit more.
I knew I was special.
It's a very big pleasure to have both of you here today. And how are you guys today?
Pretty good.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah. I'm gonna say something real quick before we start. Just before we get on our topics today. I went over to my art school today to take like an Accuplacer test to like determine what classes I'm gonna take. And when I went to admissions, you know what they told me?
What did they tell you?
I'm accepted.
Whoa!
Nice.
Congratulations, dude.
Congrats.
Yeah, it's very exciting. For those of you who don't know, I'm actually pursuing animation at an art school.
So are you an artist now?
Yeah, I actually had to make a portfolio with like over 10 pieces. So maybe I'll like post that later on if anyone cares to see about that.
Of course we do.
Are you doing 2D or 3D animation?
Like I saw a lot of the courses. Most of them appeal to 3D, and most of it's like learning about color theory and all that sort of stuff. But me personally, I kind of want to do 2D just because I find the cartoon feeling more
Would you like to
appealing.
do like traditional, like draw every frame, like, or do you want to do it like digitally?
I would love to invest more time in drawing, personally. Like, it's actually been a very, very long while since I've gotten back into drawing, and some of the pieces in my portfolio aren't exactly the best because I went to a meeting like in the beginning of November, and they told me like, you have to do this portfolio with like recent pieces that you did in the last 6 months, and I didn't draw within the last 6 months, so I had to make like I made 13 pieces in about 2 weeks. So it was a bit nerve-wracking to just, like frantically draw everything up to snuff with like detail and perspective and then all that sort of thing. And it all got through, and it makes me very happy. I'm so stoked.
Well, congratulations on your
Yeah, man, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Good for you.
All right, and let's get on with today's topics. We'll start with what's going on Stillframe right now. During this week, the SFC tournament signups are still going on. So you may want to, if you haven't signed up, go ahead. I don't know if you me personally, I don't know if you should, because there's actually like a lot of people who've signed up right now.
This is the last week to sign up though, right?
Yeah, I believe so. And like at the end of November or the beginning of December, that will be the deadline for signups, and the brackets will be made. What are you guys expecting in their tournament? I know both you and Aidan are in.
Yeah, I'm really excited for it. I'm really curious to see what's gonna come out. I'm curious to see if like we have any really cool underdog stories and have someone who, I don't know, someone do something really cool, I guess.
Well,
Yeah.
there will always. No, you
Sorry,
go
go
ahead.
ahead.
Okay, well.
I'm really.
Let's go.
Anyway, I'm really excited to see what the theme is going to be for the first round. I think Derek is going to have a creative idea for how he's going to deal with the multiple people in one match kind of thing. I'm just really hoping it's not going to be like a skill bash or something.
Yeah.
We always know that there will always be those animators who actually learn from being in the tournament, that they will actually, that's where they will like get their spotlight.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that I'll improve quite a bit throughout the course of the tournament. I'm really hoping I can make it to the second round.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, because there's gonna be that moment where like it's just gonna be multiple animations just like straight out just working on it throughout the whole tournament. That's if like you proceed to the next round, but good luck.
Yeah, I'm just hoping that I don't get paired against Aidan.
I'm hoping I don't get paired against Jaws. Jesus Christ. I had to take a break from our SFC, and if I'm with him again, ugh.
Aidan, do you know exactly who is judging for the tournament?
I don't. I'm assuming it's gonna be Derek and Mally and some other people they choose.
Yeah.
That's unknown to me at this point, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm assuming because, like, as what I said in a previous podcast, like, I don't think the community should vote for the community. This is just a little dumb.
Well,
Right.
wouldn't it just end up with whoever's the most popular wins?
I honestly don't think so.
I hope that won't turn out that way.
Well, I don't want it to be like some guy is like paired up with another guy, and one of the one person makes like a 10-second animation, the other guy makes like a 5-minute animation. Then you're like, okay, cool.
Yeah, hopefully the first round will sort out all the bad apples and all that good stuff.
How many? Is it a 6v6 in the or free for all with 6 people in the first round? Like each.
Like, I don't know, it really depends on how much people join. At this point, it's probably going to be a 6v6, because it is going to be like 3 to 4 rounds.
Oh, that's so many people.
Yeah. I personally would rather have just like multiple ones of 3v3 or 2v2 even, but
Yeah.
no, if he has a good idea for 6v6, I'm down with it.
Yeah.
Uh,
Go on?
No, I was just checking how many people are actually signed up for the tournament right now.
Alright.
Yeah, 35 people have signed up for the tournament.
That's so much.
Yeah.
Alright,
It's the same as last week, right? Or did he like close the signups like in between or something like that?
like, Derek posted that he was gonna put a cap on signups, and then he made another post that, like, you know, we're just gonna bring in more people, see what will happen.
Well, wouldn't
Yeah.
it work better if they just added like one more round into the tournament? They could like. I don't know.
Well, it's a winter tournament, and it goes from December to February. So,
Yeah, that's right.
yeah. But yeah, and in other stuff going on in Stillframe right now, recently, Trident and Pooptech have made an alliance. The factions is what I'm talking about, and they are doing an event that's moderated by Jaws, which is the Christmas giveaway. And for those of you who have yet to view the thread, it is essentially that they're going to give away free stuff and going to be posting it on Christmas Day. You can look up what they're offering, and you can, you know, just go up, post, and ask.
Oh, look how nice they are.
Yeah, it's a very nice thing.
Very,
It's like
very
trick or-
nice people.
It's like trick or treat, just without the
Tricks.
tricks.
It's
Yeah.
only good to do bad things to people on Halloween. But it's bad to do bad things to people.
By the way, Aidan, did you take a look at that thread when it was out? Like, all the
I didn't write when it was posted, but I did post a request on it just the other day.
Oh yeah, it was Stillfraton, yeah.
Yeah, I definitely would like to see more artwork of her.
Yeah, someone suggested to me a while ago that, like, the emotes that are used in the chat box and on the forum, like, they said that Stillfraton should be the one in the emotes.
That's actually a
Cool
really
idea.
yeah, that is a cool idea.
That is a good idea.
I didn't even know anybody used the emotes.
Whoever you are that had that idea, thumbs up.
Well, right now in the chat box, I can see 4 emotes, so yeah.
Yeah. But I'm really glad that more of the community is stepping up to, you know, do stuff for the community even more. And there's like, they have like what, 19, 20 people with them, and
Yeah.
they have like a bunch of requests their way, probably much more than Theory's Trick or Treat event.
Yeah, when you're offering
That's pretty
drawings,
crazy.
you're gonna get a ton of people.
Yeah. I've been looking through the list, and like
Yeah, are most
So-
people requesting poses?
yeah, surprisingly enough, they're all asking for like sprite-based or flash-based items.
Yeah, I was pretty surprised about that actually.
Yeah, it was a very great contrast than the event that happened in November. But yeah, if you've yet to view the thread and you haven't requested a gift, then go ahead. But one thing I have to remind to everyone is that they had a disclaimer, which is, I believe, is to be written by Jaws. is that the quality of your gift will be based on how much you've contributed to Still Framed. Is that it?
Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, and like I read it word for word. Like everyone will receive a gift,
Yeah.
and that sort of thing makes me cringe a bit because when Theory did the trick or treat event, we didn't get everyone. We got a lot of people, but we didn't get everyone. So just hearing that like everyone will receive gifts.
Well, it's two factions together, so they've got way more manpower.
Yeah, and plus they like posted the thread like 2 weeks before December came around. So
December. What?
good luck to the Alliance. I hope you guys have a lot of fun with what you're making right now. Doing a good job.
Yeah, and we just want to say thanks for helping out.
Yeah. And let's see. On last week's podcast, I said that there was going to be a thing called acknowledgements. I just said screw it, and we're going to call it shoutouts anyway because people obviously get that much more easily. And for this week's shoutout in animation, we have String Bonds, episode 1, made by Light K on the forum. And I believe it's the same person who made a series called Cyber.
Maple Gone Cyber.
Yeah. I've actually yet to watch that. Did you watch it, Griffin?
I was watching it for a little bit, and then I think I stopped watching it.
But
even though he was very innovative with his animations, and I think that was the first time I actually saw any like 3D maps done.
Yeah, like to be honest, there was actually there was a lot of props put into the stages for each scene, and I like that there's that much detail put into it. And considering of how long it was, despite of it all being like dialogue based, it was actually very good.
I actually thought it was really good, but I thought the animation wise it was lacking a little bit. So there were some parts that were like really cringy and choppy, which I think like you could have fixed those.
Like
Yeah, I
there
have
was
to
no easing
agree
in anything. Everything
have
was
to
just like
agree.
kind of stopped immediately.
Yeah,
Either way, still very entertaining. You gotta give him a
Yeah.
hand for that.
I'm not a huge fan of the, Paper Mario kind of thing, but it's decent. It's a new thing.
Yeah. Well, there's one problem I have with it. This is I have to emphasize just because I'm like a nitpick about these things. I didn't like that the text boxes were on top of the video.
Yeah.
I'm curious why you
I
don't
can
like
agree
that.
with that.
Because to me normally my peripheral is at the bottom, so I always know what's on top of the text box and I can see everything.
Right.
So when I look up, that peripheral is changed up above the video, so I can't pay attention to both the dialogue and what's going on. And it was good that he put a lot of stuff going on in the background to keep it interesting, but it was a bit disorienting to figure out what was going on in that scene, or who was talking even. Because there were some cases where the dialogue box would just pop up and oh, you have only 3 seconds to read it, and then oh wait, I have to rewind.
Yeah, those sort of.
Yeah.
I'm really used to watching a lot of subtitled anime, and I'm used to having the text on the bottom, so then I can read the text and then look up at the pretty pictures. But when I was watching the first episode, it felt a lot more like either you have to look at the pretty pictures or read the text.
But yeah, I actually am curious about how the second episode will turn out. There wasn't a lot of info in the introduction, obviously, because it was the first episode. But good job. I hope you keep it up. And to the next shout out to Art, we have the Lots of Experimenting thread made by Maplesite. He made 3 different sketches or just pieces based on perspective and depth of faces.
I wish I could draw.
My favorite one was the first one.
Yeah, I really like the first one. But
I like the last one. Just the face he has is great.
but yeah,
It's very serious.
he mentioned that he was experimenting with that sort of thing, and that's one of the things that I really like that people do on still frame is that they experiment and it actually turns out very, very well in their favor. So kudos to MapleSite.
Yeah, keep it up.
Yeah.
Draw me, please.
And let's see. In addition to what's going on in Stillframe, there has also been another thread update that's going on in Stillframe right now. And a couple days ago, it was Stillframe's very first anniversary. Woo!
Yay!
Whoa! 1 year. That's like good.
It's been 1 year ever since our development nightmares.
And Rio, didn't you get promoted to Supermod?
Indeed I did, Griffin. And
Well,
Congratulations.
to me, I honestly did not see that coming. Like, of course you like anyone else would say that, but I did not for one see that coming.
I did. You're working like your ass off.
But yeah, it's that's also very exciting to be a super mod. The Jaws was talking to me like just tell me if you want to change anything like in your name or like your user bar, but I don't. Like here's the thing: when I became a mod on Stillframed, the only thing I was taught was the SFC system, the handbook, and how to moderate that section, and I don't know how to do anything else, to be honest. Other than that,
so what's the difference now? Do you just have like a different color name?
Well, I have.
No, the difference is that he basically moderates the entire forum. It's the same thing. You just like if you know how to do SFC, you know how to do everything else.
Okay, all right.
It's just a matter of enforcing the rules and making sure things get done when they need to be done.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Rio,
that.
Cite the rules quickly.
Recite the wait. What rules?
All the rules.
What do you mean?
What?
It's supposed to be a moderator. Recite the rules.
The
Go.
rules still framed?
Yes.
Do it.
Who in the forum aside from the staff who's like read that word for word? Can you question that?
I don't even think the staff has read it word for word.
I think it's just like them writing it and then they're done. Hopefully.
Oh no, we've changed it multiple times.
You have?
Yeah, and it's not like we added or got rid of anything. It's just we like rephrase it.
Alright.
So you should know this.
Excuse me. I'm just sitting here making outside content for the forum.
Why can't you do your job right?
Hey,
Oh,
I
your
just
true
joined.
side
I
is
just joined the.
different.
I just joined the forum, assuming I will never break any rule, and it's going good so far.
I remembered like when I first joined the forum, which was around February, like I got an infraction and I got banned for like I got banned.
Right. That was me. I
Pretty
think.
ironic.
Yeah, that was like literally an honest mistake because I like skimmed through the rules.
Oh boy.
I was like I genuinely felt bad.
I forget if that was like if that was just like an automatic ban because of the way the thing was set up. I can't remember honestly.
Yeah, but
we decided that it wasn't, you know.
yeah, it was literally an honest mistake on my part. But with other new things that's going on Stillframe, there was a couple things that were mentioned. Aidan, if you could help me elaborate a little more from the thread that could be a little bit more exclusive to this podcast. Can you tell us, really, a little more about what Stillframed Plus is?
Is it
Stillframe
like Google
Plus? Yes, it's exactly like Google Plus. You can't post now unless you sign up for our. Oh, no, I'm just kidding. SF Plus is basically the name, like it's the code name of an update we'll be doing soon. We're planning on starting development for it, like in next week. Yeah, next week. Wow.
Oh, quite early.
Close. Yeah, because Jaws and I both have Thanksgiving break next week, so. And what we're basically doing is, if anyone ever goes onto the homepage of the site, you'll notice we kind of have like a mini blog set up that features stuff. And quite honestly, the V-Bulletin CMS, very, very difficult to use, and none of us like it. So we're planning on switching to another host, I guess you'd say, for the main blog. And what we're going to be doing here is basically, we'll be featuring stuff manually, and we'll also be featuring tutorials and articles and just lots of neat little things to keep people updated. We'll also be using that mostly for news instead of the forum. And along with this will also come a whole redesign of the forum along to match it. And don't worry, we will be sticking to V-Bulletin for the forum. Just for the homepage, we're going to be changing it up a bit.
Sounds good.
Yeah, can't wait to see what you guys do with that.
Sounds promising.
Yeah. And up next we have is the badge system, quote unquote.
I'm interested in this.
Yeah, there, like, as it says on the thread, there is no official name for it yet. But, I believe I was in the meeting for this. And, like, essentially what the badge system is that, like, considering of, like, all the controversy that's going on in, like, SSCs and SFSs right now, depending, like, on people's skill or whatever, what the badge system is from what I remember, if I'm wrong, then Aidan can help me here. The badge system is technically like some sort of like approval process. Like it's like a confirmation that of your skills, like you're this good of an animator, or you're this good of an artist, or you're this good at doing both. And
so they're like little golden stars to make you feel better.
Yeah, this is mostly Derek's thing, so I'm sure he probably could explain this much better if you ever get a chance to ask him about it. But it's basically, like Ryonari said, just like, it's an approval thing where it's like, you get a little thing on your post that say, hey, I'm good at animating, or hey, I'm good at drawing, or whatever. And it's basically just for like the best of the best on the forum.
I believe there's also different tiers on it, too.
Yeah.
Like, just to put that vague line of what people's skills are, just so that people know, but not, you know, like an exact way, just to not justify people that bluntly.
So, like, do certain people like me that are bad at everything get a special medal?
Griffin, you are actually pretty good at animating, if you didn't know, so yeah.
Yeah, you...
What?
You actually, dude, you honestly should have won that SSC that I did with you.
No, don't bring this up again. Please, no.
But that will be like the badge system. Maybe that will be like for easier to see if people are good. Like when you do requests or anything now. Like when you ask for a request, you actually like know if the person's good or get anything good in return.
Yeah, it's just like a little background thing that's like saying like, hey, this is a certified person.
Yeah, and
you can trust them.
Yeah, and from the people who are going to be approving and certifying, it's actually going to be, is it going to be Derek and Mally and all of them?
Yes, I believe it's Derek, Mally, and Jaws.
Yes.
For the animation.
Yeah, from all
and for the
animators.
For art, I know it's going to be our moderator Gabby Bites, and I think the other two are undecided at the moment. But I could be wrong. I'd have to double check on that.
Yeah.
But I think that a lot of people will get happy of this, but I think there will be like those two people who are just like, who's this? I deserve better than this. I demand better rank.
Yeah, there's always going to be people like that.
Yeah, there's always going to, like, I hope there's not going to be people like that.
So wait, just to confirm, are you guys having like an update thread where you have to like post an animation and then they'll like grade you based on that?
It's like, it's more
something like that. Yeah.
There's gonna be like a thread about it. It's more of like a pass or fail sort of deal. Like they will, of course, give you like CNC, like hopefully detailed CNC to help you work on that, and then you can like reapply again based on like X amount of time. And then there was also a part where in order to keep your badge, you would have to like keep up to date with your own animations, just so that you don't rust.
Yeah.
Another thing, I'm not sure if we're actually going to do this. This is just something we were talking about.
Mhm.
Is we were planning on having a seasons kind of thing. So basically, if you get a medal, it's only for like a couple months maybe, or maybe longer than that, maybe half a year. And it's basically like the top animators and so of this season. And then next season, everyone gets to start over, and then you have new animators make it. The old ones can still make it.
Oh, so
but it's just
will
people to be
will
set.
the
That way we don't
will,
have
like,
people that never go on the forum anymore having the certified badge. They have to get it again if they want to keep it.
all right.
but let's say that Glade gets a badge, and then like after 6 months, can he get it again, or does it have to be a new person?
He can
I
still
think
get
again.
it.
Yeah.
He just has to
but
reapply.
can he use the same animation to reapply?
No, you have to, it has to be.
I don't
something
think
more-
so.
It has to be something more recent than that.
But like I said earlier, this is mostly Derek's thing, so he could be doing this completely different. This
Yeah.
is just what I remember we were talking about.
Yeah, for those of you who are listening, this is still all in the works, this whole badge system thing. That's why there's still no official name for it. It's still a whip, or whatever you kids call it.
So
Alright, and another thing we have on the thread is the SFC reworks.
And this one I'm extremely excited about. Sorry to interrupt you, but continue.
Okay. There's gonna be a thing. I believe this is like a guarantee in our last meeting, that there was gonna be a balancing where the rewards will be scaled based on that FSC, yeah? Like,
Yes.
So is that like tier related, or is this gonna have like correlation with the medal system?
I don't believe so. It's just on like, it's mostly based on how the SFC was portrayed.
Alright.
So let's say your animation is really good. Does that mean you get like extra points or whatever, extra XP?
I believe so, yes. And for
Or-
those, oh,
Like, what if, do you get like better rewards if you beat someone that's like better than you? I don't.
well, like there
Like-
there was that sort of thing in the actual system now, where, but I don't think a lot of people have reached that tier to make that even happen.
So like, if I beat Jaws, do I get like 1 billion points?
Well,
No.
his like everyone on the forum, they all started out clean.
Mhm.
There's no like sort of thing, but like if I think if Jaws is, or if like anyone is of a different tier that's higher than you, you get bonus points or something like that as of now. But
Oh really?
yeah, but in the reworks, they're just gonna scale all the points based on how much effort or like the duration of it, a lot of good stuff.
Oh.
So that sounds good.
I'm pretty sure that the highest ranked person in animation right now is Mariko, because he SFC'd a lot.
Hey, well, I beat Mariko. Where's my point?
I beat Mariko and I got a medal for it, or
Like-
accolade.
I've
Well,
uh,
like because somebody has SFC'd a lot, does that like mean like that they're the best, or like is it like points?
No, tier-wise. I
Like-
mean tier-wise.
like in the system, like in the system there is just based on like what rank they are, or just like essentially how much wins they have. But I don't know, from my observations, like it's between either Mariko or Kunos. But for those of you who are looking forward to the reworks of this system, be wary for those of you who like to just send in very short SFCs, because like this irks me a lot when people just send in just short or incomplete and then
Same.
pass it off for something official.
Just
I
look at-
can't agree
everybody wants to
more.
watch those.
We're planning
Well,
on
will there
adding a lot
be-
more. Sorry, go
Will
ahead.
there be any difference between like the fireworks animations and the flash animations, or After Effects or whatever? Since some programs it's easier to like make longer animations and such.
Wait, what?
That was actually a point that we never came across.
Well, wouldn't they just be graded differently, like flash animations
Yeah,
and then
I
like
think-
fireworks animations?
I think Griffin's mostly on the right track, but it's something like Ryanari said, we're not really sure quite yet. We're still talking about it.
Yeah, because like unless you're Demon Rar, I don't really see any fireworks animations that are over like 10 seconds.
All right, and then there's that, and
I also want to add, right before we go off topic,
Mhm.
that for the SFC reworks, that we're planning on like making it a lot more user-friendly, where people can just type in the info and it creates the profile for them. And it's basically like a kind of like a sign-up process.
It's kind of like an auto formatter.
like a
Yeah.
fill in the blanks sort of deal.
Yes, and afterwards, if you do want to customize it, as long as you keep all the info necessary, you still can.
All right.
Oh, that sounds really
And
useful.
this will be
That's
for
pretty
battles,
cool.
for profiles, for factions, everything.
Ah, it's very nice.
So we're really excited about that.
All right, and let's see. Aidan, if you want to add to anything that's more exclusive to this podcast, do you have anything to say that you would like to that's for the future of this forum? Like anything you want to tease or reveal, that sort of thing?
We have lots of events planned, especially a very big one coming up during Christmas.
Oh
And
yeah,
I'm sure you know what I'm talking about.
that I do.
I can't say much about it, but I will say that it's going to be exciting.
Yeah.
That's all I can say.
There's gonna be a podcast about it. Very very much.
Wait, I'm confused. But what are we talking about now?
We're just teasing a little bit of the things that's going to be going on in the future that haven't been announced yet on the forum. But yeah, there is something that's coming up very soon, and it's very very big event. I'm also excited about it, and hopefully a lot of people get on it too.
Does this mean you're getting promoted to super mod?
Yes.
I think we did announce this in the thread, but we're also, with SF Plus coming soon, and the fact that our main site will mostly be blogging based, we're definitely looking for someone to be like a site author or developer kind of, that can basically help, like, you know, type out news and features and stuff like that for the forum, just kind of help the admins out a bit. So look out for that. We're really looking for people that aren't going to be too busy and have time to do this daily for like a long period of time at least.
Yeah.
And we're also looking for people that know at least basic HTML, CSS, stuff like that.
Yeah. Hopefully, because I'm most likely going to college around January. Hopefully that won't get in the way of, you know, what I'm doing now, because I really like to be real here. I really love what I'm doing here for the forum. It's very exciting, very fun.
Yeah, I really appreciate your efforts.
Yeah.
About time to grow up, Rio.
I'm in the same boat. I mean, I'll be starting college in the fall, and I'll be working soon. I just got hired.
Oh, where do you work at? Or where do you work?
Dunkin' Donuts.
Nice.
And
Just ship some donuts to me.
so that'll be starting soon.
In before stalkers.
All the other admins are already in college, so
Yeah.
I'm still in high school, so
Yeah.
I'm really excited for that.
And let's see, another subject I kind of wanted to get on that concerned me about the forum was essentially like things hidden in the dark for the forum, like features features that are on still framed but yet people don't really acknowledge nor use. And one of the things is social groups.
I did not know we had social groups.
Social groups
Those
is
are
just kind of something that comes with B-Bulletin. I'll be honest, I never really had much interest in them because, honestly, like, this day and age in our community, if you want to have a group, you'll probably do it on Skype and not on this one.
Yeah.
And I mean, they're there just to be there. Like, if you're interested in making one, by all means do so. That's awesome.
Yeah, I know some of the like Soon and Blue, the factions, they actually had social groups before they actually made a faction, and there's
That's how Chiden was on Navigation, wasn't it?
that
Yeah.
Pretty sure they
Also
started
on
as a social
Silver, right?
group.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
And like the reason why it concerns me so much is because like in a social group you can have like private discussions in that group. Like I look through and there's like absolutely nothing there. Well, like there's some groups that have it, but there's nothing there. There's like this label on this group of people. But can you?
The good thing about social groups though is that you can put like private resources just to the group inside of there, and they won't go anywhere, and you don't have to put them in the Skype name or anything like that.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. And let's see. What another thing that I had in mind was Still Frames community channel on YouTube.
Why do you hate us?
Okay. To those of you who of course listen, this is being hosted on Still Frames community channel on YouTube. But to my own knowledge, when I talk with people like every day, like 80% of the people that I talk to did not know that a YouTube channel for Still Frame even existed.
I didn't know it existed.
I bet you guys didn't know we have a Twitter too.
We
Oh,
have
really?
a Twitter.
We also
Really?
have a DeviantArt
No,
page.
this is like all at the bottom of the forum. How could you not see it?
Who looks at the bottom of the forum?
It's
Oh,
also
you want, dude? When you are new to a site, you want to look at everything.
You have to
It's
put it
also
in like
on
the
the-
center of your face.
it's on the navigation bar under networking.
Yeah. But that's
We
just
do
like
have-
all those tabs and...
Yeah, we do have plans on replacing that in a more obvious place, and definitely using the Twitter. We're hoping to integrate that somehow with our new website, and same with the YouTube. I think John has posted some of his endless tutorials up on Stillframe Community's YouTube. So
Oh, yeah, I did see that, yeah.
if anyone's interested, I would go check those out.
Yeah.
I haven't watched them myself, but you know.
Yeah, same here.
What's the worst that can happen? A lot, actually.
And let's see. Oh, someone from the community asked. I'm gonna keep this anonymous, by the way, just for their sake.
Was it me?
No,
Yes,
Griffin.
yes, it was you.
Of course, Griffin.
Oh.
Griffin asked
Yeah.
this question, by the way. No, he didn't. Someone asked, why do people not vote on SFCs or SFSs when there are clearly very little votes on either side? Is it because it's a public poll, or does the matchup not interest them and they'd rather see it to be a tiebreaker?
I think it's because most people are lazy.
Yeah.
I would think
That's
so.
probably it.
That, and I think a lot of threads in general are just overlooked on Still Framed, and we're
Yeah.
hoping for SFCs that we can put them out more. And it might be because of the public polls, but I don't know. I think it's just people don't see the thread, or they do see it and they're busy, like they're at school, so they can't watch it because something is blocked or whatever the reason may be, and then they just forget about it later.
Yeah, I'll mention this. Like for me, in some cases, like way beforehand, like a couple months ago, I would usually just look up on the most current ones, and to be honest, if it literally did not interest me enough, I would just not vote, or like if it was that much of a competition and I absolutely could not vote, I would just like try to post and then forget to post later on.
Well, the thing with voting is whenever there's like a really close matchup, for me, I'll like really break down what I liked about each animation and really look at the specific points that I found certain animations did better than the others, and that's normally what gives my vote.
And another thing is, I honestly don't get why the poll is not defaulted to public, because like if you sorry to anyone if I like run into any personal grounds, but like if you keep the votes private, isn't that like essentially that you're trying to hide something? Because if you voted for someone, obviously you voted for that person and nothing else.
Hey, I'm curious about something. Is it like looked down upon if you vote for yourself?
Yes?
Yeah.
A bit, yeah.
I don't see why it wouldn't be. I mean, that's not really fair. Unless both of you vote for yourself, then that wouldn't really change anything.
Doesn't that just make you both bad then?
I don't understand why you would want to vote for yourself in the first place.
Yeah.
I've seen people do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's also another reason why it should just be defaulted to public, just to keep an eye out for people who just try to make it a little unfair or just do whatever stupid thing that they want to do.
Well, whenever
I'll
I
keep your
SFC,
comment in mind, Ryan. Thank you.
Well, whenever ISFC, I always make this deal with the opponent that we vote for each other, so we can look, so we don't have to click on see the votes, so we can see the votes right away. Because I'm that lazy. Yeah.
Pretty sure you only have to click one button though.
Well, it's one button too much. Okay.
Wouldn't it take like less
And you
time?
click your mouse like a billion times every day.
Hey, cookie clicker is not a problem. Okay.
I'm gonna destroy you. Alright, and let's see. On to the next subject. Aidan posted this earlier this week on the forums, and it was essentially the idea of censorship. Aidan, could you elaborate on that
Well,
to us what that was?
At the time, I was on my phone looking for, over on Newgrounds, they have a forum for ActionScript 3, and they feature Glay your avatar.
Go on.
And they have their news sticky at the top of every forum. And so I just saw a censorship thing. And I clicked on it, and basically what happened was some guy uploaded a game that it had a lot of, like, trying to think of the word, passion, I guess. It had a lot of effort and passion made into it, and you could tell that it was well programmed, and the art was definitely something different. The thing was, though, the game put you in the place of the shooter from Sandy Hook. The game was called The Slaying of Sandy Hook. And, of course, this is going to cause tons of people to flip out, and, parents especially.
Here.
And, of course, parents did email Tom Folt, the owner of Newgrounds. And
let me stop you for a moment. For those of you who don't exactly know what Sandy Hooks is, it was an event that occurred, I believe, in last December, where some crazed person went and shot up an elementary school, and it was just very, very tragic event.
Wasn't it for the
Phrased it
sake
in,
of
the
telling
worst
that guns were
possible
bad?
way.
I don't know honestly, but it just just reading that, because I actually read an article about it, just reading that just made me cringe.
yeah.
But go on.
Newgrounds is very known for not censoring things and just being a website where people can submit anything. The website's slogan, I don't know if they still have this, but it's everything by everyone. And believe it or not, one of the most popular characters on that site, Pico, is based from a game Tom Folt made himself called Pico School, I think. And it's basically, it's not as evident as the Slaying of Sandy Hook, but it is based on the Virginia Tech massacre. And that was a lot of the start of a lot of discussion, I guess. But back to the main story. Newgrounds is known for not censoring anything, and for the first time ever, though, they did take down the Slaying of Sandy Hook game. And they basically, both Tom and Wade, they basically just explained that it would run the site so low, and so many ad companies would just drop them more than they already have. And it would just not benefit anything, and it would just really hurt the community.
Yeah, I agree.
And of course, people were outraged about this, and the link's in the thread. We'll post it on the actual podcast description on YouTube and in the thread. You can read about it. I think it's pretty interesting, especially hearing the other sides of the argument against censorship, and how art, in a sense, is supposed to provoke an emotion, and sometimes that emotion isn't a good one, it's a bad one. And like Griffin said, I think it was, or maybe it was Deveri, but the game is supposed to be pro-gun law, and it does do a good job of showing that. But it's also, it's really on the fence kind of thing.
I wanted to post on that thread, but I honestly just wanted to just talk about this on the podcast instead, for my opinion. Someone mentioned it on the thread, it was all about presentation, and I agree with that 100%, because with all the general media that's been hitting the mainstream right now, there is so much graphic content, but there's only very little controversy about that. the best example I could pull up out of this is probably GTA 5, because
Yes.
if you play that game, there's some horrifying things to see in that game that you wouldn't see anywhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like here, I'll pull up an example. So if you haven't played the game, you're gonna play it. Spoilers. There was a mission where you were gonna get help from someone because you're in debt for some stupid thing you did, and you had to do them a favor. So what you did, you had to go into this company and implant something into a little device that was gonna be showcased for like a news broadcast. And then when you come back home, you essentially call that number on that device. And what happened on the TV, like the guy was holding it up, that device, he held it up, and the moment he called it, it literally like exploded and blew his head off in public. And
Yeah.
that was just,
Yeah.
I was like, I was shocked. I couldn't like believe that sort of thing would happen in a video game.
I think it's really interesting your point how, and the difference people claim about this and the game is that the Sandy Hook thing was about children. I think it's really interesting how, and even then it was American children, some
Well-
people would say.
Well,
I think
I-
it's really interesting.
Like, okay, I agree with that, but I don't think it's essentially like in designated spots. It's because most of the things that are pointed at the general media and mainstream is because it's mostly all fiction. Like,
Right.
like sure, it's all reference to like certain real life events, but this is all a fictional story. None of it really happened. It's only within that specific. But
Well, I mean, and if you look back at like a few hundred years ago, it was like way more brutal than anything now is.
well,
I mean, like entire villages being slaughtered was like common.
yeah. But like I don't know, it's just how how time moves on, and the fact that we don't live in that certain age anymore where it's not all villages, and then we can just like it's like literally that point where you can point back and laugh at it. But there are just some cases where you just cannot do that, and it'll always stay current.
Yeah, it's the same kind of thing with 9/11 and all those other major tragedies. It's just, I think it's interesting that people are just like, oh yeah, whatever, someone died. But then when it's children in America, they freak out like it's a completely different thing. Like it's still people dying.
It's just a very controversial subject to talk about.
We won't get too much into
Yeah,
it.
let's not get up too much. Let's not get off top. This is not what the podcast is about.
What?
Let's see. We're gonna move
So
on.
anyway, don't
Yeah.
let your kids watch Sesame Street.
Oh god. Alright, so let's move on to the last thing we have, which is pretty much a thing that has been talked about throughout most gamers, is that next-gen consoles have been released. They are available right now, both the Xbox One and PS4. What are you guys' thoughts about that?
Well,
I was just at Best Buy and I saw both of them. And, well, something.
Dude, imagine the chaos that's gonna go on in Black Friday.
I bought a Wii.
damn.
I just want money. That's all I can say.
But what I just saw like today, at the morning when I woke up, I went on Tumblr and I saw this video of a lot of Xboxes already breaking. Like
Oh,
right away,
gosh.
when they put the disc in, it will make a lot of noise and it will destroy the Xbox.
Well, I have to say, I want to get my hands on a PS4 so I can play Kingdom Hearts 3 when it comes out.
Yeah, that's probably 99% of the reason why people want it.
Yeah,
It's why I want a PS4, that's for sure.
yeah. It's like I said either in an earlier podcast or like somewhere else, is that like in the beginning when these consoles were first teased, like everyone bitched about like all what's gonna go on the hardware and in the console, and then now that it's out, everyone just cares about what's going on in the games now. That's exclusive to the console.
I'll be honest, that Wii U looks really nice right now.
Mm-hmm. Does.
Actually, like when the PS4 and the Xbox One were announced, I was like, oh my god, I'm so excited. And now that they're actually out, I really do not care that much.
I was kind of
whatever.
disappointed, to be honest. I was really expecting like something, like a really big advancement,
Like,
but
what's the thing called? Where it's like a virtual reality kind of thing?
Oculus Rift.
Yes, yes, that.
I was expecting something like more on that level. I mean, if you look at like the
I'm
upgrades they've
excited
made
for that.
through the systems, it's like the difference between like these systems really isn't that much.
I can pretty much agree with you because if you think of the past years, from every new console that's been released, there's always been something huge. Like there's been the GameCube and then they like made a Wii and then whoa, motion shit, whoa man. And then yeah. And then with the NES they went to Nintendo 64, whoa, 3D.
You know, like that's the thing, like this is a personal opinion, but I always feel that Nintendo always pulls something out of their ass and then everyone likes it.
Yeah,
You mean everyone
I'll be
forgets
honest.
about it?
I'll be honest, I don't like the motion control. I didn't like Skyward Sword or just any of the game, or Metroid Prime 3. Like, I'd rather just play with the controller on it.
Yeah, same.
I agree that the motion controls weren't exactly precise, but I did kind of adapt. Like, I did adapt myself to it to a point where I could enjoy the game.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I remember that when the Wii came out, first everyone was super excited, and then they were like, motion controls suck. And after a while they just kind of stopped caring, and then they're like, they're okay, I guess. And now that the Wii U came out, now everyone's like super excited and stuff again.
Yeah, I do think the tablet look is a better idea.
Yeah.
I always feel like it always ends up with Nintendo's products kind of getting overlooked. Like,
Yeah, that's just, yeah, I agree with that.
you'll see like
That's-
Sony and Microsoft coming out with like next gen consoles. Well, not really. And Nintendo's over here with their Wii U and they're like, hey guys, we did something new. And everyone's like, yeah, PS4, Xbox,
Yeah.
Xbox.
Well, I remember like when the NES came out, everyone was freaking out. When the SNES came out, everyone was freaking out even more. Nintendo 64, apeshit. GameCube, a fucking revolution. Then Wii,
Wait, how old were you when the NES came out?
I don't think I was
I
born.
don't think any of
just-
us were born.
I didn't even.
Yeah. No, I didn't remember it. I just know
I was
it was like
about to say, how did you remember something before
Hey, I-
you even was born?
Yeah, I'm just 17, alright? Okay.
That's like
Wait.
that's like flashing back to the day you died.
I was,
Rio, you're pretty old.
For the listeners that get that. Oh,
yeah, Stella, you're 18 now.
Yeah, man.
Hey man, we're not
I almost
we're
bumped
not,
that.
not doing this joke in the podcast, all right?
I'm not joking, I'm serious.
Well, you are 18 now, so...
Yeah.
Moving on.
Rio's a big boy.
I wanted to mention this, like when Bakari mentioned like that one video about the PS4. I saw this one video on
Xbox.
oh, well this was like concerning the PS4. Like I saw it, I think I saw it on my Facebook feed or whatever. It was like it was at a Best Buy and there was literally a line out front to get a PS4, and a dude came out with a PS4. He brought it out of the bag and like literally trashed it onto.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Are you serious? Like
Yeah.
just to
Yeah,
piss
he
off
just
everyone in
destroyed
line?
it in front of everyone.
I would believe it was that specific purpose. Yeah.
That man has a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Like it was just like brutally like just crashing it onto the ground. But
Don't you have money, Rio?
no.
Is that you, Rio?
You wish. But
Yeah, then you could buy me one.
but one of the games that I'm really excited about, which is for the Wii specifically, like this is just personally right here, is that I can't wait for Mario Kart 8 to come out.
I thought you were gonna say the news.
Why is that?
God, that name. So lazy.
Has there,
Yeah,
has there
Mario Kart
actually
7,
been,
Mario
like
Kart
8
8.
Mario Karts?
I honestly don't know. At this
The only
point,
Mario Kart I remember playing is Double Dash on my GameCube.
Mario Kart Wii I liked a lot.
yeah,
But
like
why Mario? Why the name Mario Kart 7?
I don't know.
It's just like, are they just like, yeah, it's just Mario Kart 7.
we're gonna go with numbers now, guys.
Put a number.
Isn't it also on the 3DS too?
No, it's only for Wii U. But like, I say this because, like what Aidan said, I really loved Mario Kart Wii, and the thing is that like I was really really good at online play, where like I would skyrocket my the race rating, and I look forward to just playing that again so much.
I have to take back one thing I said about the motion controls I didn't like. I loved it in that game with the little Wii wheel thing.
Mhm.
Loved it.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
Like I saw gameplay for it, and unfortunately you just have to use the gamepad like that giant brick of a tablet.
Don't they have a
Steering.
Don't they have like a pro version, which is just a controller kind of?
I believe so. Yeah.
I really liked how you could use the GameCube controllers on the Wii though.
I straight up always used the Wii wheel.
Really?
Yeah, me too.
I won with the Wii wheel. Screw you guys.
I'd always play anything on the Wii using a GameCube controller because I loved GameCube so much.
I wish
Yeah,
you could
same.
play like Metroid Prime 3. I remember I was really disappointed you couldn't play that with the GameCube controller because it was just like I just didn't like it. It was too wobbly.
Mm-hmm.
And this was before the Wii Motion Plus came out, and it was just
So wait, with the Wii U, you don't have the Wiimote and nunchucks anymore?
Well,
I'm pretty sure you can still use a normal Wiimote on it, or is it like a new Wiimote or what? I don't know.
yeah, they have new Wiimotes for the Wii U. It's just that like the Wii U is kind of in a bit of a struggle right now because most of the games have to revolve around the touchscreen gamepad, of which like not a lot of other games that's on the Xbox or on PS4 that could necessarily adapt to. But yeah, there is new models for the controllers and all that sort of thing. But
What I'm most excited about right now, game-wise, actually I have two games. First of all, Super Smash Bros. The new one.
There it is.
Ah,
There it
yes.
There it is.
there it is.
There it is.
You threw it out there.
I threw it out there
I'm gonna
waiting
buy
for
that
someone to say.
so much.
because I don't have a Wii U, but I do have a 3DS, and
Oh my
I
God.
will play the shit out of it.
We have to play
It will be
together.
So great.
You're gonna play.
It does
Also-
look good.
I'm gonna play with you. We're gonna play together.
I'm still wondering how they're gonna pull off the controls on the 3DS though, because I don't know. It seems hard to play a fighting game on well, not exactly a fighting game, but like a game like Smash on a 3DS.
Well, like they did adapt Brawl when using the Wii remote sideways.
I actually played.
Yeah,
with
but
that.
honestly, I only use the GameCube controller.
Yeah. But like
Yeah,
considering
it was.
Yeah, and if you look at it, there's not much of a difference between like the GameCube controls versus the 3DS controls. They're kind of similar.
Yeah. Yeah, I would think so. Yeah, because like you have the D-pad and that I don't know what the other thing is.
Circle pad.
Okay. But yeah,
Oh,
I
so-
think.
My finger always slips off that.
But yeah, I think
Well-
they could pull it off totally.
Yeah, the second game that I'm excited for, that we have talked about earlier on this podcast, it is The Walking Dead Season 2.
Oh
And
my
actually
God, yes.
They revealed when the game is coming out, and it's coming out in about 3 weeks maybe.
Oh,
And I'm
I
really
haven't
excited.
played the first one.
Oh,
There's
man.
so many feels in that
You're
story.
missing out, dude. You're missing out.
Like,
Oh.
I'm excited for it, but at the same time, I don't know if I can adapt to the change.
Like like in that sort of gameplay.
No, not exactly the gameplay, but like story-wise.
Oh.
Because like, I won't spoil it for Griffin, but what happened in the end, it, like, hurts me that you can't play as that certain character.
Yeah, totally. I just can't wait for that to come out.
I wonder if Clementine is gonna be grown older or the same character.
Not
What I want.
She's gonna be this. It's about like 2 months.
2
of a
months. Yeah,
space.
it's pretty much
Yeah.
the same time frame as they did in the teaser.
Oh. Okay.
I'll be honest, never seen The Walking Dead, but it's on my to-do list.
Like it's essentially like one of those point and click games that's very story driven, but
Point and click.
the developers who made The Walking Dead, they did it so well. Like
Telltale games are amazing.
yeah, and they like in addition to The Walking Dead, like also I mentioned this on an earlier podcast, they also started a different series called The Wolf Among Us. Which
Oh
is,
yes, I
Yeah, I've
played
heard
that.
about
It was so good.
yeah, it's essentially like a story that revolves around like present day and where fairy tales do still
Yeah, it
exist.
was based off a
book.
comic book series.
Yeah, but I don't know. Check out a Let's Play on that if you don't have the money to buy it. It's still a really good story. I recommend it, 100%.
I actually saw gameplay of The Wolf Among Us. I wasn't
Like,
as impressed as of The Walking Dead, but it was still pretty good and enjoyable to watch.
I don't know
didn't
if I'd
finish it, though.
exactly like call that gameplay.
Like,
it
it
feels
was-
more like you're
it was-
watching a movie.
Yeah, it
Well,
was
yeah.
different. I'll say it was different, and it kind of was like a little difficult to keep up with. Like I don't know what's going on. This is so new to me. And once it got more in depth, that's when it pulled me in.
I see.
How many seasons is that show? Like,
Well, not like between the show and the video game of The Walking Dead, they're different, but they do
oh, okay.
they do reference each other in some way.
So,
You have to
so
do-
you
They
don't need
do?
to have seen the show to like,
Yeah.
play the game.
The
Okay.
ga-
Well, because I honestly haven't seen the show.
Like the game is totally different, but it does reference some characters and some events off the actual show.
There's
Wait, what
actually a
if,
character named Glenn who's in the show who
Asian.
appeared in the game.
what if they're actually linked and they're gonna connect
Whoa.
Maybe. Find out.
Well,
on the next
The Walking
I'm on
Dead.
that, man.
Well, the show, The Walking Dead, it's 4 seasons long, or the 4th season is currently ongoing, and yeah, the 2nd season of The Walking Dead game is coming out soon.
I'm so stoked.
Same.
All right. I guess that's it from all this subject. I guess.
Yeah.
Are we all
I
good?
guess so.
Uh-huh.
All right, and I guess that makes it for this week's podcast. Thank you for listening, and happy Thanksgiving.
Happy
Same.
Thanksgiving, even though I don't
Yeah.
celebrate it.
I live in
Yeah.
Canada.
I
Drink
live
wine,
in
eat turkey,
Sweden.
do other things.
All right. See you next
Yeah.
week. Bye.
Ameri-
See ya.
See you guys.
Bye.